All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday night call. As I put on my Facebook today, I put a little picture. I called it the What in the Heck is Beachbody Coaching? So I'd like to welcome you to this call. If you've never been on a Zoom chat with us before, this platform called Zoom, what I want you to know is there is a little chat box in the bottom. If you're on your computer, it's just on the very bottom. If you're on your phone, you can scroll the screens over and see like the participants, and there's a chat box you can use. So just know that there is a chat box. Sometimes it gets a little difficult to read it and then keep my train of thought, right, as I'm sharing with you guys. But at the end, if we have any questions, I'll be able to take a look at that, and you guys can ask some questions. But just know that that's available. You guys can chat on there. I see some people saying, hey, guys, what's up? I see Sarah, Juliana, Jeff, Samantha, all giving everybody a warm welcome. So I better hit record. Okay, so I just got done doing some jumping jacks with my daughter and my 3-year-old son. We did some push-ups. It's kind of a cool thing, and I'll talk about a little bit in this call today about the influence you can have through your example. So with the school district, I live in Idaho Falls, Idaho. For those of you who don't know me, I have 5 kids, and I'll get some slides up here in a minute. I get so excited I didn't even put the slides up because I just want to talk with you guys. My 9-year-old and 7-year-old in the school district they gave everybody a novel to read together with their family. And so we're reading like 30 pages a day. And then they're also required to do 10 push-ups a day. So for the past week, we've been doing that reading and doing the push-ups. And my 2 older daughters that actually are the ones that are supposed to do that weren't here. And I was getting this call ready. It was like 10 minutes ago in my little 5-year-old. She's like, Daddy, we didn't do our push-ups yet. So she made me do jumping jacks first. She went a little bit above the goal that we're supposed to do. We did 15 jumping jacks and then 10 push-ups. So it's kind of cool to see the influence that you can have through your example, right? And that's just the example of a 7 and 9-year-old on a little 5-year-old. So many of you guys were invited here to this call by a Team Beachbody coach. Somebody you don't know is a coach. So you've most likely seen what they've been doing, seen their example with their health and fitness, and you're like, okay, I want to know what this is about. I want to know how they can help me achieve my goals. So that's why we're excited to have you on here today. I'll have to have you bear with me for like half a second while I put up some slides. I'm really not a slide type presenter. I just like to video chat and talk to everybody. But we're going to put some up here. So let me know. Here we go. Hopefully it's not just like a slideshow that keeps going. Okay, this is going to be a little bit difficult, but we're going to make it happen. Okay, so let me know. Can you guys raise your hand when you can see my screen, just so that I know? Can you guys see it now? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to hit play on this. Hopefully it doesn't jump forward too much. Okay, and I saw some like hand raising with the Zoom app. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool. So, okay, at the end of this, as I go through these, at the end of this, I'm going to take it off this screen share, get to the video so I can see everybody, so I can answer some questions for you guys. But this is our official What is Beachbody Coaching webinar. My goal and purpose today is help you guys understand what we are, what Team Beachbody stands for, what specifically this team stands for. And I know if you're brand new, you might be like, what's a team? But I'll explain that a little bit as we go through it. So this is me. Let me see if I can move. There's a screen on here and I can't see. Let me move my little images here so we can see the whole screen. So this is me. So I am with Team Beachbody, what's called a combined 22-star diamond coach. Means I have personally sponsored and mentored 22 other coaches into the rank of what's called a diamond coach. I've been a full-time Beachbody coach. I put that in here today for 4 years. It'll be 4 years coming up here in spring. So it's literally like 3 years and 9 months, but we'll just call it 4 years. And that's the time that I've been a full-time Beachbody coach, which means this is my family's sole income is Beachbody coaching. I'm a 7-figure yearly earner with Beachbody, elite top 10 coach. I've been the top male Beachbody coach for 4 years in the company, 4 years in a row. So I'm calling all men on this call to raise the standards so that it's not all women. And so we show these girls how to do it. And for the women on the call, We want you to keep rocking it just as hard as you are. Don't slow down for us. We'll raise the standards to catch up to you guys. So I'm also a father of 5, as you can see down in the bottom of this picture. I'm a former dental lab technician. I went to college to be a dentist. I did not like the classes, and I enjoyed snowboarding and playing the guitar way too much that I didn't end up going to classes very much. And I almost failed out of school. I got on probation, and I got back on track, and I actually didn't graduate with my associates. I'm like six credits short, so I'm basically what you'd call a college dropout. But I went over to a technical school for 10 months, and I became a dental lab technician in my early 20s. So I made crown and bridge. I made people smiles look better. So I've always been kind of an artist type of person. I've always loved to draw and create. So that was a great job for me at that time, because I enjoyed sitting there and working on a task, a project from start to finish, which was starting with, someone's mold of their mouth and creating, their teeth. They're putting those crown and bridge in place for them. So I'm also a guitarist and a backup vocalist. If you guys can see here, there's a little picture ahead of the curve. I'm in a band called Peak Theory. We play a ton of shows. Tomorrow I have to head out of my house at 12:30 in the afternoon to go set up and play with a band called Powerman 5000, if any of you guys remember that band from like 10 years ago. Also, we've produced an album, and I get to play with a lot of amazing bands. So that's kind of a fun hobby of mine, and I thank my wife and kids for letting me do that, letting me pursue that passion that I've had since I was 14 years old as well. I'm also a Sunday school teacher. I teach the 13 and 14-year-old youth of our church. So that's a fun thing. And one thing I'll mention sometime in this call in a little bit more detail is that Beachbody coaching really helped me become a more confident leader to these youth, a more confident teacher. And so that's been awesome to be able to grow in that aspect as well through the skills that I learned as a Team Beachbody coach. I'm absolutely in love with the program called Body Beast. I didn't originally start out with that program, but I'm in love with a program called Body Beast, and I'm halfway through a program right now called Hammer and Chisel, and I'll just say it works, man. I'm getting some awesome results with it. Definitely been a challenge for me, but I'm feeling awesome. I'm an introvert. I'm naturally very shy. If you put me in a room of people, I'm the quiet one. For example, we're speaking at an event next week with a ton of people, and I'm going to be so exhausted after that, because I'm the kind of guy that likes to sit and watch the ocean or watch the lake and listen to the trees and listen to the creek by myself type of guy. I love the outdoors. I love being to myself and quiet. But Beachbody has helped me grow into this person that's more confident and more outgoing with people, which is awesome as well. So we currently have a team of 42,000 coaches across the USA and Canada. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how that started. It started with me. It started with me as this guy. We'll go back 5 years. You can see this before picture on the left-hand side. I was just out of shape. I wasn't obese by any means, but I was about 35, 40 pounds overweight. And my idea of working out is what I learned in high school and college, which was just do curls and bench press. And I didn't know how to eat. So I never really got in shape. And then when I had my first 2 daughters, I got big, I guess you could say. When my wife got pregnant and she started getting her cravings, I just joined right in, and I became that fluffy dad that you see on the left-hand side. Very uncomfortable with my health, and not comfortable at the beach or anywhere like that by any means. And many of you guys I know have felt like that, of the guys. So that was me. And it was May 10th of 2010 that I started P90X. So I want to tell you guys how I got started, and it will also lead into what makes a great coach in a way. So I still live in the same home I did in 2010. I live in the back of this cul-de-sac, and at this time, that's me. I was drinking 2 energy drinks a day, eating big breakfast burritos for lunch, and I was going to work every morning at 5 o'clock, and I was getting home at 5 o'clock. So it was pretty much a 10 to 12 hour day every single day. And so I get home at 5, but here's the thing. I had these 2 oldest daughters you can see, the one in the middle between my wife and I, and then the one in my lap or Kina and Mila. And they were 2 years and 4 years old at the time. And so my wife, she worked at nights at the hotel, at the Hilton Garden Inn, and she would have to be to work at 3. So what she would do is she would take these 2 girls to our neighbor's house, and they would babysit them from, just before 3 until I got home at like 5:15. And we lived that lifestyle for, close to 5 years, where we would drop our kids off. We had our kids, and we had to always have them somewhere. And one thing that Gabby shared when we were in Vancouver just recently is a part that I forgot about our story, because, the time flies by and it's like goes so fast, especially with 5 kids now, is, she got a job that she absolutely hated when we moved to Idaho Falls. I brought her here from Salt Lake City, and she was working at this place and she hated it. And so she took a job. It wasn't that she hated it, but she also hated the fact that somebody else was raising our kids. And she did a speech, her first one ever, just a month ago. And she made us all cry at this event. But she talked about one day she went to pick up the kids from the daycare, and she was at the front talking to the lady, and there was a baby crying and screaming. And this lady that worked at the daycare said, "Hey, that's Kina." And it really struck Gabby hard to the core, to the heart, that she did not recognize her baby's cry because somebody else was raising her kids every day. So that's where she transitioned from that job into working at the daycare. And she worked there for a little bit, and it just wasn't where she wanted to be. So that's where she transitioned to this lifestyle where I worked days and she took a night shift. And so we didn't have to get a babysitter. And then we just had to only send them to the babysitter for a couple hours. So we're living this lifestyle. So this is where we're at, where I'm working 12 hours. She's working at nights, and I'm out of shape. And this guy, a complete stranger, and I had like no friends other than the guys in my band and people at work. And he knocks on my door, and I'm like, who is it? Nobody knocks on my door. It's like the police or something. And so I open the door, and it's this guy, and he's just jacked. Like he's, I'm 5'11" right now in this picture, 5'11", 170 pounds. He's 6'3", like 230. So you can picture, like, this is a big, strong dude. And I was out of shape, and I was like, dude, like, you are jacked. Like, what do you do? And, first of all, I let him in my house because he came to the door, and he was actually someone from the church. And he had a plate of brownies, and he's just like, hey, he didn't say he was from the church. He's like, hey, I'm new in town. I moved here from Utah, and I heard you're about my age, so I'm just looking to meet some friends. Here's some brownies for your family. And I was like, come on in. And we chatted. And you guys know exactly what I asked him, right? I'm this chubby dad, out of shape and tired. And here's this jack guy full of energy and outgoing and meeting friends. So I'm like, dude, what do you do, man? Like, how do I get in shape like that? And he's like, oh, well, I train. He's like, I'm the special teams coach for the high school. And I also weight train the football players, strength train them in the morning. And I was like, dude, I've always wanted to be in shape. Like, can you give me some ideas of what to do? And he's like, well, you can come with us to the gym when I'm weight training these high school kids. You can come with me, and you can train with them and with me. And I was like so appreciative of that offer of this free training and free help. But I had to be to work at 5:30, 5 o'clock, and they trained at 6 o'clock. So I asked the next question, is there anything I can do at home? And he's like, dude, you should try this P90X workout. Like, there's a workout called P90X. You can do it at home. So that day I made the decision to do P90X. And I'll tell you what, like, I'm an all-in person. I was raised by my mom and dad. If you're going to do something, do it right the first time. So I made the decision. I'm all in. I'm going to do this P90X thing. And I gave it 90 days. And I went from 187 pounds down to 145 in just 90 days. I had abs for the first time in my life. I was strong. I could do, like, when I started P90X, I could barely do 2 pull-ups. At the end, I could do over 30. Like, so I just felt really confident and really good. And had all this energy. And I remember specifically going to my bass player's house for like a Christmas party. And I remember it just felt so good because we were just all around with a bunch of people. And my friends were like pulling out their phones, getting on Facebook, like, you got to see, this is Scotty. You got to see what he did with this P90X thing. He did this at home. And they were showing my results. And that got me comfortable sharing my results. I started sharing them with people. People started doing P90X. And it was the best feeling in the world to get text messages, Facebook messages, emails from people just saying like, hey, I was able to put another notch in my belt. Like I had to get out my knife and make another notch. Like, thanks for telling me about this program. And so I fell in love with that process. Now, here's the next part of this thing. So I get on Facebook, I get on YouTube, and I'm like, I share my results with people. And all of a sudden, I find out about this Beachbody coaching thing. So I get invited. Like, some people are like, hey, you should be a coach. Or, you know, a lot of them thought I was a coach because I was talking about P90X, sharing transformation photos and whatnot. And so I'm like, what is this coach thing all about? So I wish I would have been invited by a friend to a webinar like this so I could learn about it. But I researched on my own. And I found my coach, Lindsay. And she reached out to me, and she called me, and we talked. And she's like, hey, Scotty, you know, she asked about me. I had, you know, at the time I had my 2 daughters. She was asking about my kids. My wife, Gabby, was pregnant. I was telling her she was pregnant. I was telling her how I was working 12 hours a day, and I was doing P90X in the morning at like 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, so I get to work. But I had a lot more energy than when I wasn't doing it. And, you know, she knew my wife was working at night, and she's like, hey, Scotty, what I want you to know, like, you have amazing results. Like, you would be a great coach. I could tell you're passionate about this. But let me tell you something. Like, I'm very similar to you. I did P90X. I went out there. I did it on my own. And, like, the funny thing is I called Beachbody and asked if there was a referral program because my man, Billy, was telling me, like, you should get paid to do this. And so she told me that she called Beachbody, and she signed up. Not through a coach. She just called in and signed up as a coach, and they placed her in what's called the lead program with Beachbody. So she's a free lead to somebody, but she signed up, and she told me that, you know, her and Billy got pregnant with their daughter, London, you know, before they were married. You know, they weren't married at the time, and that she was working as a bartender. And when London was born, she was born prematurely, and they incurred a couple $100,000 debt from this premature birth and being in the hospital and all the treatments that were involved with that. And here's the thing, guys, like she told me, she's like, you know what? I've been helping people just like I'm helping you and talking to you. And I've been able to leave bartending and be at home with London. And the cool thing is that I'm paying off that debt. And I have no idea how I would have paid that debt off before, but thanks to Beachbody, I'm working on paying off that debt, and I'm not a bartender anymore. And so in my mind, I'm thinking about this because, guys, I didn't have my wife working at nights and working at that place before that at the daycare because she loves to work and she wanted a career. She wanted to be a mother and she wanted to be at home raising our kids. But I had to send her to work. We had to send her to work so that we could pay our mortgage, so that we could keep ahead of our bills and not get behind. And so when I heard her saying that she was paying $200,000 off on her mortgage, like, I'm the guy that sat at that job, you know, job I had prior to leaving Beachbody was I wrote service manuals, helped run a service department and a shipping department for a food processing equipment company. And I was the guy that sat at work, like the guy that took every overtime hour. Guys, I can't hardly see on the video right now, but you guys could probably see each other in the little screen. How many of you guys take all the overtime shifts you can, or like would work anything you can just so that you guys can take care of your family, right? I can see a couple of you guys. That was me. I was the guy that did that. If they had something break down and they had to work through the night, I'm the guy. I'm the guy that, even if I was there from 5 to 5 and they're like, hey, we broke down, we got to get something shipped out tomorrow, we need someone to stay through the night, it was me. I would leave, I would eat, I would be back at 6, and I would work all the way till like 1, 2 in the morning, go to sleep for a couple hours, and then be back to work at 5:30, 6 o'clock the next morning. So when she said she was paying off this debt, I was like, I related that debt to my bills, to my mortgage, which was a couple $100,000. And like all those days, those 5 years at that job, I was trying to figure out an answer on how I could change this. Because every year was the same thing. Even if I got a 40-cent raise or an 80-cent raise, or a $2 raise over the course of a year or two, like I could never catch up. And I was always looking for an answer and something that could help us get my wife out of work. And at least me not taking those overtime hours. And when Lindsay said that 200,000 just resonated with, this is my answer. But here's the thing, guys, I was scared to death to become a Beachbody coach because I was very shy. You know, I had this transformation I was working on, but I was I had a lot of other bad habits still. I had very low self-esteem still, and it was starting to build with my transformation and helping people. But I had all these things like you're a college dropout, in your early 20s when you're playing music. There was a point when you were living on a floor in a house with 20 other guys for $20 a month doing cocaine every single day. Like, you're a failure. Like, there's no way that this thing will work for somebody like you. And then this thing in my head, as I kept watching Lindsay help other people, and I started following other coaches on Facebook, and I saw them all doing it, I started to get this belief in my head that maybe it was possible for me. And I was listening to the YouTube audios that my coach would put up on YouTube and Facebook, these motivational things, and I felt like it was speaking to me, like this was possible for me. But I just had those fears. And so it wasn't until April 11th, 2011, man, it's almost been 5 years now, that I was sitting in that cubicle in the morning at like 5:30, and I had this habit of grabbing all my mail out of the lockbox, putting it in my bag that I took to work with my lunchbox, and I'll just throw the junk mail away in the shipping room, and then I'll bring home my bills. Well, that morning I got all the doctor bills from Ellie. She's this little blonde one with the expression in the front. She was 18 days old on this day, on April 11th, 2011. And I got these bills. There was the doctor bill, the hospital bill, anesthesiologist bill. There was like a bill for the ear doctor that checked her hearing. And, you know, here, at least here in Idaho, with my great insurance that I had, it still comes to about $3,800, $3,800. Guys, I'll tell you, my wife, this is 3 weeks after the birth. She's still home from work, so we lose her income for 3 weeks. You don't get paid maternity leave. She's home, and I want to be honest with you guys, I made $1,820 every month, which was $910 every 2 weeks, and my mortgage was $1,548. And that morning, like, I was getting these bills, I was overwhelmed. And you don't have to raise your hand, but I want you to think about this. And I don't know if all of you guys have felt like this, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have. I felt this overbearing weight on my shoulders. I felt like my cubicle was spinning around me, and it was just this fear of not knowing how to take care of this new growing family of now 5 people. Do I send my wife back to work? Do I take another job? What do I do? All these questions, and then it hit me. You know, that fear became so strong that morning that I realized that fear was the fear of not knowing how to take care of my family became stronger or greater than that fear I had of failing as a team Beachbody coach. And that day, April 11th, 2011, is the day that I signed up as a Beachbody coach and decided I will do whatever it takes to bring my wife home from work. Like, I'm a hardworking guy. I can be disciplined. I can make a decision and go for it. But these 5, and at the time, those 3 little ones plus my wife, I was willing to do whatever it took to provide a life where I could raise my kids together with my wife, because I didn't see her for 5 years unless I snuck away with the kids in their car seats, and I ran in the front lobby and said hi to Gabby and grabbed a couple cookies off the thing because it was a Hilton, and I had to get out of there before her manager would come out or she would get in trouble. And that's the way that we lived our life for those 5 years. So I was willing to do whatever it took, and I became a Beachbody coach, obviously, and I gave. I had my full-time job. Like I said, I was willing to go take another job. So I treated this like a real job, a real business. And I just set apart hours, and I set apart 8 to 11 every single night, because all I did at that time before was play Call of Duty. So all I did is replace my Call of Duty time with building my Beachbody business. And within 14 months, I was able to retire my wife from her job. But at that same time, I also left my job. And I knew that this was something I was going to make into my career, because my original goal was just to do this part-time at night to bring my wife home. But it was 8 months into this journey when that oldest daughter there in the middle, Keena, she's 9 now. She was in 1st grade, and I was home with the man flu, the man cold. I was almost dying. You guys know what I'm talking about, and you wives know what I'm talking about, because your husbands have been almost dead with that before, right? But I was home from work sick for 3 days from my job. And, my wife's like, hey, maybe you should get out of bed and walk around and you'll start feeling better. So I was like, okay. I got up and, got a drink, got something to eat. And she's like, hey, put your coat on and go get Kina from the bus. Her bus is going to come out any minute now. So I started walking down the cul-de-sac. I'm looking straight out the cul-de-sac right now. I'm halfway there, and I remember it like it was yesterday. This bus pulls up. I hear the like squeak of the brakes and the door opening, and this little girl steps out and grabs the little rails, and it's my little Kina, first grade, little 6-year-old girl, and she smiles at me and she waves at me with the biggest smile and wave, and it was like a faucet. Like I just started to tear up. There were tears streaming down my face, and it was middle winter, so they're like frozen, and at that moment, I realized that, because I'd been doing this, I was about 8 months into my coach journey. I knew my wife was going to be coming home soon. But at that moment, I knew that I wanted to do this for my life. Like, I was not passionate about writing manuals, about shipping products for another company. I realized that I wanted to do this for my full-time career and job. And I realized that if I did that, I would never have to miss another moment of my kids' lives. I could walk them to the school bus every day. I could kneel down and pray with them before I sent them out to the bus. I could pick them up from the bus. I could take them to their singing things. I could go to Donuts with Daddy Day in the mornings, and I would never have to ask a boss for permission. But what I also realized in that moment is that if a guy like me, a college dropout, a guy that lived in a drug house on a floor for $20, and a guy who, felt like a failure his whole life, could do something like this with these workout programs that obviously worked for me and for my wife, that if I could do it, I could help teach, mentor, and inspire other people to go after whatever goal it was in their life that they have. So that's why I'm here today on a Thursday night. That's why I want to give this time to you guys. And what I want you guys to know is time is the most important thing that we have in this life. It's the most valuable thing. So I just want to say thank you to you guys for giving me a little bit of your time tonight. I know a lot of you guys have your family in the background, and you ask for permission. Hey, I got to be on this call for an hour. And I really respect that, because I know what it's like. When I was on calls like this my first year, my wife was at work and I was rocking babies and kids were screaming. I was trying to put them to bed. And so I know what it's like. So thank you for that short hour sacrifice that you're giving us and me tonight, and the coach that invited you here. I absolutely love what I do as a team Beachbody coach. It's given me confidence. It's helped me become, like I said, a better Sunday school teacher, a better father. One thing I mentioned at a retreat recently, a more intimate, small thing I'm going to share with you guys right now. Like, my wife and I, because we didn't really know each other, when we got mad or upset at each other before Beachbody, I would leave, or she would leave. We're just like, I'm out of here, I'm gone, get in the car and leave, like without even saying where we're going. And I can say that since Beachbody, we've never done that. We've learned to communicate, to respect each other better. Our relationships are stronger. And I can say it is thanks to Beachbody. One thing I want to say as well is, like, when we left our jobs 14 months into this, and I've been a full-time coach for almost 4 years now, what I can say is the time, and I want to say this in the most humble way and non-offensive way, but so that you can understand what kind of impact you can have on your family, is I've had these 4 years with these kids. My son Caleb's 3. My little son Malik is 6, 5 months old. I've never missed a day of their entire lives. And with my daughters, I can say that in these 3.5 years, I've had more time with these 5 children. Got to get used to that 5 thing. I've had more time with these 5 children than most parents will have in 18 years with their children. And that's what I want you to think about your life is, what do you really want? What do you want out of your life? And is possibly this your answer that you've been looking for? So moving on, I put this little picture just today. There's my cubicle before. This is my job now on the right. This is me and my family of 7, at church, a little church selfie in the morning. The middle picture is a picture of all my diamond coaches that I took we took them as a gift for being amazing leaders and working hard on their businesses. We took them to the Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic. That's a picture we took there after one of our little team building exercises that we did. And this picture at the bottom was just last weekend with my best friends in the world from here in Idaho Falls on a man retreat. We did some service. We shoveled off some cabins. We built jumps with sleds, and we did 15-foot gap jumps on sleds. We did all those things that men want to do that we used to do as kids. But we also spent time in, although I can guarantee you that all 15 of us had tears in our eyes at one point from sharing our struggles in life and why we're fighting so hard to stay healthy and strong and to build our business. And so that's what I really love about this company is that's my job, is hanging out with these amazing people, and we're challenging each other to become better. And I'm not sitting isolated in a cubicle, like as you can see with my manuals up in the left-hand corner. So let me tell you a little bit about Beachbody. That was a little bit about me. Beachbody was founded in 1998 by Carl Deichler and John Congdon. Many of you guys probably know Beachbody mostly from the workout program P90X, which came out around 2003. But the first programs were Thin Thighs and Great Abs, and then Power 90, Slim and 6. And this is just so that you know all of the programs. A lot of people are like, is P90X and Beachbody the same thing, or is Insanity and Beachbody the same thing? What it is Beachbody is the umbrella company, and these are all products of Beachbody. So we have P90X, Yoga Booty Ballet, Turbo Jam. 2007 is when Team Beachbody launched. So the coaches that invited you here, Team Beachbody, this part started in 2007. I'm forever grateful for it because it gave me life. It gave me time with my children and my family. But Team Beachbody, what it is people were sharing these programs naturally. Beachbody was originally just an infomercial company. You guys have seen the infomercials for all these programs. But what they realized is that when people work together and encourage each other, they were getting results. They didn't want to just sell programs on an infomercial and have them get dusty on the shelf. They wanted people to finish them. And that's one of the things that I'm so adamant about, is that we get results with these programs. So Team Beachbody launched in 2007. Since Team Beachbody launched, these are the programs that have been released since Team Beachbody was launched in 2007. Insanity, Shakeology, Turbo Fire, Brazil Butt Lift, Les Mill Pump, P90X2, Insanity the Asylum, Ultimate Reset, Body Beast, Les Mill Combat, Tai Chang, T25, P90X3, my all-time favorite to start people on, 21-Day Fix and 21-Day Fix Extreme, Pio, 3-Day Refresh, P90, and now the Masters Hammer and Chisel. And they've also come out with other flavors of Shakeology like Chocolate Vegan, Tropical Strawberry Vegan, Vanilla, Strawberry, and let's not forget the new one that just came out this past month, Cafe Latte. So those are the programs that are involved in Beachbody. So it's not just P90X or just 21-Day Fix like you might have seen from your coach. All of these programs and nutritional supplement lines are a part of Team Beachbody and Beachbody. So I need to get this updated when I go to a meeting next week. But Team Beachbody revenue growth, so you guys can see we have an amazing, nice upward curve at a great pace of Team Beachbody revenue. And this is the first, or last year, 2015, was the first year that Team Beachbody revenue was more than Beachbody, the infomercial side. So Team Beachbody's growing. That's us, Team Beachbody coaches. And we actually, like I said, surpassed the amount of income revenue growth of the Beachbody infomercial side and became $1 billion company last year. So you're a part of $1 billion company when you're a part of Team Beachbody. This is the Team Beachbody coach growth. So the company started with 40 original coaches in 2007. The CEO, Carl Deichler, threw a big meeting in California and 40 people joined, and they are the founding coaches of Beachbody. Now in early 2016, we're just over 350,000 coaches across the U.S. and Canada, which is absolutely phenomenal because our goal is to get to 1 million just right here in the U.S. and Canada. So what makes Team Beachbody unique? So like I love it when I meet somebody that loves biking or loves swimming or even CrossFit or going to the gym. Like I just want people to eat healthy and I want people to stay active. So like anybody that's doing that, like thumbs up, and like you guys deserve a shout out because you're out working on some goals. But I want to tell you why Team Beachbody is unique. I went to the gym in my early 20s. Like I said, I thought fueling my body was eating like 8 peanut butter sandwiches and doing some bench pressing every day. That's what I thought it was, and then getting some Walmart protein. But what I've realized and what makes Beachbody so unique and why at the age of 34 I have the best results of my life is that there's 4 pillars that make Beachbody unique and so powerful, and why I've seen so many people completely transform their lives on many different levels. We have world-class fitness programs. You won't find a home fitness program better than our workouts, all those workouts I showed you. The other thing is, like, these workout programs also have certifications. There's people that are, I have friends that are P90X certified, or they're size certified, Insanity certified, and they're teaching at all the big gyms here in my local town. They're teaching Insanity classes. They're teaching P90X classes. So even the gyms realize what these programs do. So world-class fitness programs. We have world-class nutrition. I'll talk a little bit about Shakeology, but nutrition as in just, up-to-date nutrition plans that will help you get results. Like the 21-day fix, I start 9 out of 10 people every month on the 21-day fix because the nutrition plan is so simple, and we know that nutrition is 80% of your results. So we have like the best nutrition, not just Shakeology, but meal plans with portion cups to help you know exactly what to eat and when to eat it. We have peer support, right? Like me and my buddies, me and 15 other guys hanging out at a cabin, sledding, playing together, listening to music together, crying together. Yes, men can cry, it's okay. And working out together. And we encourage each other. So the peer support is so powerful. Your coach that invited you here is that peer support. The other part is the rewards. Like, I'll get into the rewards about how Team Beachbody works, but Beachbody chooses one person every single day and gives them $500 just for submitting their results. Like saying, like, let's say this is you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you watching this video. You do 21-day fix. You submit your results. First of all, everybody gets a shirt for the program that they finished. But they choose one person every day and give them $500. There's also a monthly prize of $5,000. There's a quarterly $10,000, and there's an annual once a year grand prize winner for male and female of $100,000. So those are some of the rewards of getting healthier. But my biggest reward was the confidence that it gave me in helping me find my purpose and passion in life. But also, as far as rewards, anybody can become a Team Beachbody coach and share these programs with people and get paid 25% to share these programs. So those are some of the rewards that you can get being a part of Team Beachbody. So I'll briefly talk about Shakeology. My dad did a little post on Facebook today as he was sharing the success of one of his coaches that used to work with him. Shakeology helped him get his LDL and HDL and his cholesterol levels all into the normal range. My dad's 59 years old. He was a service repairman. Just recently, 2.5 months ago, we retired him 8 years early from his job to come help us do everything that we do with Beachbody and help us around the house so I could stay focused on doing this, Beachbody coaching with you guys. But he, after just 3 months of replacing his fast food that he used to have for, because he was a service repairman, he would be out doing service repairs and he would eat fast food every day, and he just replaced his lunch with Shakeology, and all those levels, HDL, LDL, and his cholesterol, were all high. They all were within the normal level within 3 months. His doctor's like, "What are you doing?" And he told him how he was drinking Shakeology. For me personally, it replaced my 2 Rockstar energy drinks that I bought, my 2 for $3 Rockstar energy drinks I bought every break at 9:30 at my old job. So it really helped me. All I did was take the money I was using on Rockstar energy drinks, replace it with Shakeology, and I was getting dense nutrition. And also I had a ton more energy without the crash. So in Shakeology, there's over 70 different whole food natural ingredients and some superfoods that'll help you get dense nutrition, will give you a ton of energy, help you become more, yes, you're going to poop more regular. I have to say that, got to lighten up your night. But it's going to help you in a ton of different aspects. For me, it gave me energy to make it through my day. I wasn't crashing as much. I was no longer taking naps at lunch, and I was building my Beachbody business, but I didn't need to nap because I had more natural energy and not a sugar caffeine crash. So a ton of ingredients in it. Like I said, there's a ton of different options for you. I personally drink this tropical vegan every single morning. My wife drinks the chocolate vegan. And then the other flavors are chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, greenberry, and then just recently cafe latte for those that like coffee flavor. So those are the flavors you can choose from. Like I said, there's something for everybody, and it just like zip past out on its own. So I'm not going to go back. I showed you that timeline of workouts. There's like 21-day just complete meal plan type, like a recharge, refresh type of thing where there's no workouts involved and it's just some supplements and a meal plan to follow. There's programs like P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, Size if you want to dance. There's options for everybody. There's Tai Chi for injuries, for stretching and balance coordination. There's Body Beast for the guys that want to get jacked, like my buddy and good friend Steve here on the left. There's programs like my high school friend in the middle, Jake, who needed to lose 100 pounds, lost 100 pounds with the 21 Day Fix. My good friend Whitney on the right lost a ton of weight and a ton of inches, got her confidence back with the 21 Day Fix as well. So there's programs for everybody, no matter what age you're at. My dad just got done doing Size. My mom and dad were doing Size, the dance program with Sean T from Insanity, and now my dad's a couple weeks into Body Beast. So there's programs for everybody. You know, he's almost 60 years old doing Body Beast like I'm doing, like I've done, and I'm sure he'll do Hammer and Chisel next. So there's programs for everybody. So if you have questions on what program you should use, just talk to your coach and ask for them to suggest something to you. I'm personally going to say start with a 21 Day Fix or 21 Day Fix Extreme. That's what these two transformations on my good friends Jake and Whitney went through. And that's how they started, was with the 21 Day Fix. So here's a ton more results of some friends and coaches on the team, all using Beachbody programs, all working out from home. A couple of them have lost over 150 pounds. On here, I have Veronica in the middle in the black. I can't remember her exact number, but I think it's like 183 pounds or something like that she's lost. She's a member of our team and has had an amazing transformation. So there's proven results. Remember, our goal and focus is to help people get in the best shape of their life and live a healthier, more fulfilling lifestyle. So if you're on here as a guest, or if you're one of our coaches on our team, I am so adamant about us raising our standards and always being proof that these programs work, because you're worth it. You deserve to be the healthiest that you possibly can for you, your spouse, and your children. So let's talk just a little bit briefly about the peer support. I gathered and put these pictures together. These are all amazing friends that we've met through Team Beachbody. And the cool thing I can tell you about every single one of these guys is each one of them will lift you up if you're feeling down. They'll encourage you. Nobody is trying to beat the other person or be better than the other person. We're all trying to help each other. This girl on the left, top left, she's a part of our team. She's sponsored by another coach on our team. She wasn't sponsored by me, but she's sponsored by another girl in our downline. And she became, she started just falling in love with healthy recipes and helping people. And she was the top coach of the company the past 2 years. And she's just a mom, just a normal, everyday person like you and me that fell in love with health, fitness, nutrition, and helping other people. So we started together at the same time. So it's been amazing to see these people achieve their goals and their dreams in life. So what is a coach, right? I'm going to talk to you guys what a coach is and what a coach isn't to help you guys clear up on that. And what a coach doesn't have to be. Guys, I am not a fitness and nutrition expert, and I'll never claim to be that. And that's what I want you guys to know. That's not our job. We actually can't tell somebody how many macros or you should be eating or any of that stuff, because we're not nutritionists. We don't have degrees in that. Our job is to just share the programs. Each program comes with a meal plan for them to follow. So you don't have to be a fitness or nutrition expert. I'm not a certified trainer. I'm not a personal trainer, but I've helped thousands of people in the past 5 years achieve their goals just by encouraging them and helping them use these programs that are put together by world-class fitness and nutrition experts. So you also don't have to be at your fitness and nutrition goals to become a coach. I'm going to specifically give an example of Amy Contreras. She became an Emerald coach today. She was sponsored by my dad. She was the dispatcher at my dad's old job that sent them out on their service calls. She watched my dad get healthier with Shakeology and doing these workouts. She watched him retire early from work, to help us with our Beachbody business. And she's like, what is that? How does that work? I need to get healthy anyway. My dad invited her to one of these webinars, and she watched it. She's like, I can do that. I need to get healthy anyway, and I might as well share it with people. And she's nowhere near her goal weight yet, or her goal body, but she's sharing her journey with other people, and she's advancing her business. She's growing an income, and she's losing a ton of weight and inches with the 21 Day Fix. And I'm personally helping mentor her in our groups that we run. And it's been awesome to watch her go from, I'm not ready to share my story, I'm scared, not yet, to getting out there and talking to people and sharing with people and making that impact. So it's absolutely awesome. And by the way, guys, you don't have to be an experienced salesperson. Actually, I prefer that you're not, because we are all about helping people, sharing our journey with people. And then if you guys share it with people and they see what it is, they see how they can benefit from it, they're going to want to just ask you and say, hey, I want to be a part of this. I want to, let's tell me what I need to do next. So you don't need to be an experienced salesperson. We won't teach you how to close a sale, but we will teach you how to share your story with people so you can inspire them. So think of it more like if you go watch a movie. How many of you guys watched that new movie, The Reverend? Right? Everybody's like, this is the most awesome movie in the world. You got to see this. Like, I couldn't unpeel my eyes from the screen. They're sharing it. And so I'm like, I got to go see that movie. Right? So that's how Beachbody works. It's all about sharing your passion and your love for it. You do it with enough excitement, enthusiasm, and real intent to help somebody, and you really enjoy it and love it. People will want to naturally find out what it is. So that's what a coach is. So remember that as you're thinking about, should I be a coach or should I not be a coach? So I kind of led into this, but a coach should be sharing how people can change their lives and achieve their goals. Guys, because my life, not just on the financial end, because I've become more confident in myself, I've found my purpose in life. I've become a better father, better husband, a better friend. Like, because I've gone through all those things, I feel that everybody should be a coach, because that all came through reading good books, surrounding myself with people that encourage me instead of try to tear me down. And I'm doing these workouts. I'm getting healthy and strong and fit. So I feel that everybody should be a coach. Like, that's honestly how I feel. I'm smart enough to know that not everybody will, but I feel that everybody should be. And so that's why I share it with absolutely everybody. A coach should be committed to being proof that these products work, right? So if you're going to be a coach, I don't want you to just get out here and try to sling programs and try to make money, because it won't work for you. You're going to get slung right out of the company. You're going to quit. It's all about you being proof these products work and it truly changing your life. So being proof the products work means that you're working out to these programs. And even if you love going to the gym already, or running, or you're a marathoner or a biker, like, still do that, but add the nutrition programs and maybe some of the cardio or strength workouts from Beachbody products. So that's one thing I want you guys to be, especially if you're a part of our team, is committed to being proof the products work. And then improving and developing yourself, which is that thing that I just shared. It's all about improving and developing yourself as a person through listening to good books, learning from others in life who have changed their life, and following in that footstep. So that's what a coach should be, is committed to those three things. We call them the vital behaviors. So here's some of the benefits of being a coach. I mean, you've probably gotten a good grasp from me sharing our story, right? Being alone, being home with the kids, retiring my parents 8 years early, traveling, going to the cabin for 4 days with some of my best friends. Like, those are all some of the benefits. But here's the thing about being a coach. You get to set your own work hours. First of all, set your own work hours. Like, there's nobody that's going to tell you how much or how little you have to do. You get to decide that. Like, if you never want to sell a program, but you just want to be a part of the company, the team, the encouragement, and get a discount, like, that's okay. Nobody's going to say you have to go out and do this or that, because if you become a coach, it's your own thing. It's your own business. So you get to focus on it part-time or full-time. So obviously when I started, it was part-time. I replaced my Call of Duty with 3 hours of doing Beachbody coaching. And by the way, we'll teach you all that stuff, what Beachbody coaching and training, all that stuff, as you become a coach. But, as a transition, obviously now it's my full-time job. So every day I sit down in my office from 10 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock, and I do Beachbody. And then once a week on Thursday nights, I'm with you guys. So, you get to do it part-time or full-time. You can build it online with Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, blogging, whatever it is you want to do, or you can do it in person. I personally do both, because everybody I meet sees how my life's changed, and I share with them and I say, hey, I'd love to help you. Have you ever wanted to get in shape? Have you ever tried to achieve goals and not? Let me help you. So I do online and in person. Benefits is you get to, like, this is a job, and I don't want to say job because it's a business that you get to own, that you get to share your passion and attract other people that are just like you. You get to attract people, you get to work with the people that you want to work with. So you also get to meet new and amazing friends. And I'm going to say it, like, I can only see when my screen shared, and I'm looking at this because I have another screen, and that's where I can see people. I see Mark Roy. Like, he lives in Connecticut, and, like, I feel like he's one of my best friends. Like, we're going to do some hunting together, some hiking together. Like, I love the kid. We went to an event together last fall, and it's just like, I met him because I was brave enough to put my story out on YouTube. And he found that, and we got connected in that way. So you get to meet like the most amazing and cool friends in the world. And I'm going to say it like that because they're positive. They're challenging themselves. They're growing in life, and you get to be surrounded by that. And the one thing I want you guys to know is that you become like the people that you surround yourself with. So you get to decide, do I want to do this full-time next year? You set goals. We have a big summit. We're going to Nashville with 25,000 coaches, and we're going to do live workouts with all the trainers. We're going to get trained from the top coaches. For example, next week, we're hosting an event here in Idaho. We got people coming from Maui, New York, Connecticut, Missouri, Tennessee, Canada, and up in Calgary. They're all driving or flying down to Idaho to work out with Sagi from Body Beast and listen to 3 hours of personal development speeches where people have gathered together to talk about goals and dreaming and specific steps to find your purpose and work towards your goals. So we get to surround ourselves with those type of people. And I can tell you that does not feel like work to me. I can't believe that this is my job and my career. So some of the rewards of Beachbody, if you guys can barely see behind me, I have some there's plaques and stuff they send you for advancing your business and your rank. But you get commissions. You get, like I said, you get a 25% commission for every program that you sell. And if it makes it easier, I can say every program that you refer or you share with somebody and they buy it, you get a 25% commission. You also get bonuses for your team growth. People ask all the time, how can you have a 7-figure income? It's because we built a team of 42,000 coaches, and you get bonuses for what your coaches and what your team do as well. There's also amazing trips, Beachbody trips, I think it's 40 days or something like that. We're going on a cruise to Jamaica with Team Beachbody. It's paid for by Beachbody just for helping 3 people a month get started on a Beachbody program. Whether as a coach or customer, doesn't matter. But that trip is once a year. They do a trip like that. And we've been on, this will be our 5th trip that we've earned where I've gotten to take my wife. And the cool thing is I've earned that trip with my Beachbody account and my wife's, and we've gotten to give away a trip to somebody for 5 years for 2 people to go on a trip. And I see them on here. I think Eric and Dominique are going with us this year. Last year was Gina and Fontaine Hunter. Before that, we took Josh and Misty Holt. So it's an amazing company. You get to have some fun trips. You get recognition. For example, the picture on the far right was when I got introduced in the Millionaire Club and as a 4-time elite coach. That was at Summit in front of 25,000 people. So that's kind of a cool thing to be recognized for what you do. Like, how many people, raise your hand if you would like to get recognized more at your job, at least for the hard work you put in, right? So that's the cool thing about Beachbody is Beachbody recognizes you, but also your team. We will recognize you as well for what you're doing, for the growth you're going through, the people that you're helping. Also, there's a ton of learning and personal development. I'm going to tell you guys something I've never said on one of these calls, but I'm Beachbody all in. My daughter, when she's 18, 9 years from now, she's going to be a Beachbody coach, right? I'm all in. I retired my parents from their job because I know I'm going to be able to take care of them for the next 15, 20 years with our Beachbody income. But the coolest thing is it was only 2 years into my journey. I'd read over 110 books in my first 2 years as a coach and listened to all these audios and been to seminars and been mentored by people that I actually got offered a job for like $250,000 to be like a consultant in a company here in Idaho Falls to work with sales reps, to consult them on how to build sales teams. And guys, I made $32,000 at my job before. And this is not even talking about what Beachbody paid me. Just the growth I went through in Beachbody and the skills I learned, I got offered a job for $250,000 a year. Obviously, I didn't take it because I knew my Beachbody income could far exceed that one day. But that's what I want you guys to know about the learning and personal development you can go through if you fully embrace this company and what we have to give to you. So, and I'll put an income disclaimer. Beachbody doesn't, and I'll put it on the video obviously, but doesn't guarantee any level of success or income. It's up to each individual person's efforts and, and skill level. So with that being said, there's also team retreats. I showed you a picture. We were able to take our diamond coaches. We took 53 people. We paid for flights and all-inclusive resort for for 53 people, for our diamond coaches and a spouse and guest. We've done other team retreats. Like our next team retreat we have planned is in December. We're all going to Las Vegas. We rented a bunch of homes to sleep 100 people. Not a bunch, like 4 big homes to sleep 100 people. And we're all going to watch Tony Robbins and Richard Branson in an event called GoPro. And we're taking 100 people. So, I invested a lot of money into that event to have you guys be able to come to that with us. And that's a team retreat. So there's a ton of things that you could do as a Beachbody coach. So this is one thing I put in here. Like I said, you make the best friends and business partners. Also, I had one of my coaches today named Lori Vela. She was an attorney before, not fulfilled with her job. And she started building their Beachbody business in 2012. And she ended up leaving her job because she was not fulfilled, and she had a baby. And her Beachbody business wasn't making up for what she was making as an attorney, obviously. But she loved so much what she was doing as Beachbody that she lived off of her husband's income and salary. She began to build a business. And this week she just posted that she had her first $1,000 a week from her team income. And the cool thing about that, guys, is her husband was supporting her as she left her career as an attorney. She's been at home raising their baby. But the thing is just a few months ago, her husband lost his job, and literally the effort she's put in, even though it's only $1,000 a week right now, 50 grand a year, it literally saved them a couple months ago because her husband lost his job. So it's an amazing thing. That's my coach, Lori Vela in Florida. But these are two of my buddies right here in Idaho Falls, Josh Holt on the left and Scott Gutke on the right. These are like my best friends and business partners. And I posted this a while ago when they first had their $1,000 a week with Beachbody, and they both have full-time careers. Scott helps manage a auto body repair shop that his father-in-law owns. Josh has been a pro BMX rider for, since he was a teenager. But he realized that, if he's getting older, man. We're like 34 years old, that the young guys are coming up and they're getting better and better, and he's getting older and he's got to do something with his life, and he's never worked a job. So he realized this was the perfect thing to be in the best shape of his life and to never have to have a job when he needs to retire from BMX riding. Cool story about him. He was building his business and he lost his sponsor that paid his mortgage, and his Beachbody was able to cover that money that went away when the sponsor went away. Scott, I know he's working hard to build his business to full-time and walk away. He has asthma problems at work with the paint at the auto body shop. And so he needs to retire so that he's not, putting his health in jeopardy. So these are some of my best friends that have stuck with me for these 4 or 5 years and are building incredible businesses. So that's what's absolutely awesome. Like, not just to be able to achieve goals in your life, I want you to think bigger than that. Like, if you're thinking about Beachbody or you're a new coach or you're someone looking into coaching, think bigger than that. Like, make this happen for you. But yes, you have a sister, cousin, mom, dad, someone that struggled their whole life that you could help as well, that you can give them an answer. So what I want you guys to know, because, oh man, we're at 7:57. I get too fired up on these. I'm supposed to be done at 8. Okay, I'll hurry through this. You're going to have outstanding support. Obviously, each person needs to build their own business. You're the owner of you're the CEO of your own business. But we do have outstanding support. Training and tool from Beachbody. There's a 7-day quick start guide for you. There's a Coach Basics program with over 60 videos, and Beachbody did that. I made personalized videos for this team, 60 videos for you to go through. There's a Coach Training Academy, which it was voted for multi-level marketing or network marketing companies as one of the best extensive training programs from the corporate side. There's also marketing tools for you guys to use on Facebook, blogs, whatever it is that you use. Communication, there's a Coach Breaking News in your Coach Online office where they give you every single day new updates, new training. There's a call every Monday morning, a national wake-up call where you get to learn from the best coaches in the company. Nobody holds their secrets back. They teach you everything they're learning. And then also there's a Coach Monthly newsletter, and there's a Coach FAQ. And if you guys are researching, you can look this up too. It's just coachfaq.com. It answers every question that's ever been asked by a Team Beachbody coach. You just type it in there, and it's like an FAQ of all the questions archived. On social media, obviously, there's a ton of support. I'll let you guys know, I have 1,100 training videos on YouTube, 1,100. Being the top male coach for the past 4 years, I've never kept a video, a secret or a private video that just for our team. I share it with everybody. So it's all out there. All the training that you need. It's on Facebook. We have private groups. We have I run personally private Coach Basics training groups with new coaches called a Coach Apprenticeship, Coach Basics group. All the trainings are on YouTube. And then there's Twitter, Instagram, tons of places for you to have that support. So what you can expect from our team, this is a video chat, just similar to this one, but a training where we're masterminding, we're sharing goals, we're sharing ideas, and we're making plans together. What you can expect from our team outside of the Beachbody training that you get alone is a new coach training group every single month. A new coach group starting every month to train you. Personally, in the training groups, I help people learn how to tell their story. We role play, we practice, and we chat back and forth to make sure that everybody knows what we're doing, what we're inviting people to, how to invite people, how to share your story. There's 2 weekly training calls that you can plug into. Wednesdays at 12:30 in the afternoon, Eastern time, and then Thursday night. This is replacing our training for Thursday night, this call we're doing right now, but every Thursday night at this time. There's also that national wake-up call on Monday mornings, but that's not from our team. That's from Beachbody Corporate. There'll also be team building events. Like I said, we're doing a team building event next week. We do diamond trainings, like twice a year, like extensive in-depth training. There's also the team building event that we're doing in Las Vegas in December. There's a team Facebook page that every one of you guys could be a part of. And then we do recognition and accountability. If you go to my Facebook today, you can see some recognition for like 300 coaches today on their sales for the week. So you can expect recognition and accountability from our team. So to end this out, what are the options for you? So it's basically, I want to be a coach. I'm ready to join your team and help others achieve their health and fitness goals. And remember that you're working on yourself at the same time. The other option is, because I want to tell you guys, it took me 8 months to sign up as a coach, right? It took me 8 months because of the fears that I had. So if you're still having those, we want to help you work through it. Talk to us. We'll help you, answer any questions that you have. But I can tell you guys, when people ask me, when did you start as a coach? I tell them 8 months after I should have. 8 months after I should have started. So take that as a personal testament from me that, if you're having those doubts, just take the leap, trust the process, and know that you have a great team that's going to help give you the answers that you need, the training, the tools that you need to succeed. Then it's just a matter of you applying it, you applying it to your life. So either way, we're going to help you either way, whether you want to be a coach or a customer. So if you want to just be a customer, you're ready to start in a challenge group and achieve your own health and fitness goals, or be a coach, get the discount and begin on your own health and fitness journey and helping other people. So to join as a coach, the best way, guys, I'm going to break it down for you easy. Coach sign-up fee is $40, okay? You want to be using Shakeology. I haven't missed a day of Shakeology in 5 years. Use Shakeology every coach, so you can understand it. You get a 25% discount as a coach, or you get and you get a 25% commission if you share it. So the Shakeology at discount price is $98 a month. So $98 for 30 servings of the most dense nutrition you're ever going to have. So you can either pay the $40 coach sign-up fee, pay $98 for your Shakeology, and then pay the discount price for your program. And, the 40 plus the 98 alone is $140. Plus your program anywhere between like $30 and $90 at discount. Or just get a challenge pack. Like I literally have 99% of my customers and coaches join with a challenge pack, and it saves between $50 and $80 from getting everything separate. So the challenge pack is obviously the best way to go. You get a fitness program, you get a 30-day supply of Shakeology on Home Direct, and then you get 30-day trial month of the club subscription, which is Beachbody On Demand. So you can immediately, when you buy your challenge pack, get online and stream your program and start right away. But what I want you guys to know, guys, $40 sign-up fee plus $98 for Shakeology is $140, $138. And I told you guys that I start like 95% of people on the 21-day fix. This month, 21-day fix is one of our promotions with Beachbody, and it's $140. So 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, all $140. So how it works, I'm going to go on the next page as a customer. But you can be a customer or coach. I'm going to tell you guys the difference real simple. So the challenge pack, we're talking specifically about 21 Day Fix, is $140. Your workout program and your Shakeology. So if you get it as a customer, that's what you get: Shakeology and your fitness program, 21 Day Fix, the nutrition plan, and the portion cups. If you get it during your sign up as a coach, what it does is you pick your challenge pack as you're going through the sign up process. It will waive the $40 sign up fee. So like crazy awesome deal. And then remember that as a coach, you get a 25% discount, like on each time you get Shakeology, or if you want to get another program in the future, 25% discount, plus the ability if someone's like, hey, Mark, like, what's that shake you're drinking? Maybe you don't even want to help coach people yet. You just want the discount, but you're at work and you're drinking your Shakeology and they're like, what's that stuff? And you're not trying to sell anything, right? You're like, oh, it's Shakeology. I've been drinking it for 2 weeks. I have like a ton of energy. I'm not eating McDonald's value meal anymore. And like, I feel so much better and not sluggish. And they're like, oh, I should try that. And you're like, yeah, well, like, I can show you where to get it. And then you send them a link, you make a 25% commission. So whether you want to build a team, just refer programs, or just get the discount, it doesn't matter. All of that is it's what we'll call it. Think of it like a Sam's Club. It's like a Sam's Club membership. You pay a monthly fee as a coach of $15.95 as a coach after that. And then you get a discount on everything. But the cool thing, it would be like at Sam's Club, if you sent somebody to Sam's Club and they gave you your Sam's Club number when they ordered, and you got a 25% commission. That's what Beachbody coaching is. Does that make sense? Raise your hand if that makes sense, what coaching is. You can get a discount, you can share it, you can refer it, or you can build a team. It doesn't matter. It's all up to you what you want to do with it. So I mentioned briefly, there's a $15.95 monthly fee. That's your coach membership. Think of it like your Sam's Club membership to be a coach. If you're not ready to build a business with it or help a lot of people, you just want to start on yours, it's $15.95 a month either way. What that covers is, guys, they spend, I think it's $1 million a day on infomercials. So we have brand awareness. You ask somebody if they know what P90X is, they've heard of it. So there's a ton of brand awareness. You get a website, an online store, which means you can send a link to any of those programs or products. So like if someone's like, where do I get that 21 Day Fix from? You have a link that you can send them and they purchase it and you get the 25% commission. They get a coach online office to email all your customers or your coaches, stay in connection with them. You can see all their orders. You can see, as you build a team of coaches, like I can see all 42,000 people. I can search a name. I can go see what they did. I can check all of that stuff with that coach online office. And guys, to maintain that office, that coach fee in that office is only $15.95. Like I don't know a business that you can maintain as your operating fee of $15.95. Beachbody does all the customer service, any returns, any of that stuff. They do the technical support. They do marketing for our programs. They do communications, like bringing you trainings like National Wake Up Call. They have the coach training. And you also have, because personal development is so important, there's a membership, online membership to Success Magazine by Darren Hardy. So that's what your $15.95 covers. I have a good friend who's she's going to be a six-figure earner with Beachbody, 3-star diamond coach this year. Her and I went to high school together, and she's a personal trainer and a nurse. Her name's Heather College. And she fell in love with health and fitness, and she wanted to help people on a broader scale. And her husband's also a police officer, and she's, super scared and frightened all the time of him being out there in that danger. So she's working super hard, even though she's a nurse and a mom and a personal trainer, on building this business online so that she can retire her husband from being a police officer. But the thing that I love about her and why I know she's successful is that, like, just recently she's like, to build a brick and mortar business or to start one from scratch or to purchase one from somebody, it takes at least 5 years on average to break a profit. She's like, I broke a profit in my first couple of weeks because I paid $15.95 and I helped a couple people get started. I made a $50 commission on 2 different challenge packs. So I made $100. I was profitable in my first 2 weeks. So that's the amazing thing about this business if you think about it like that. So that's the ongoing fee. If you're a coach, initially as a coach, your challenge pack fee is the same as a customer, but as a coach, you're going to have the ongoing fee of $15.95 a month. I'm going to just say this. I'm reading someone named Robin in the comments, made over 1,000, and there's something blocking it. I can't move it. 1,000 in her first something. as a coach. So, she got out and helped some people. It's probably a month that she says, but I can't see it because there's something in the way. But you can read that in the comments. So she's sharing a little testimonial of what she did in her first month or week. Oh, month. There it is. So Robin, thank you for sharing that. So, it works. If you're willing to work, if you're that hard worker and disciplined in changing your life and reaching out to help other people, it works. These programs work. So if you just want to be a customer, and we're totally okay with that. If you want to be a customer for a couple months to see if okay, I'm in this, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, or yes, I want to discount and continue using Shakeology, or people are finally noticing, I want to share with them, you're more than welcome to start as a coach. Sorry. Like I said, everybody should be a coach. You're more than welcome to start as a customer if you're more comfortable with that. Just remember, it's the same price as signing up as a coach, the same price for the challenge pack. Just that you won't have the $15.95 fee. And, when you want to get Shakeology the next month, it's full retail. Full retail for Shakeology is $128. As a coach with a discount, it's about $98. So you can either join as a customer or a coach with a challenge pack. So those are the options that you get to make. So these are the things I want you to think about in the next 24 hours. The person who invited you to this call will follow up and ask, or you reach out to them individually. If you're like me, I was ready. I called Lindsay. I'm like, I'm ready. Tell me how to do this. Tell me how to get started. The person who invited you will follow up and ask you, or, whoever invited you, make sure that you reach out to them. Don't, if you have questions, you can ask me, but reach out to the person that invited you to this call about joining with them. You want to be a part of their team, which is all a part of our team as well. But you want to reach out to the person that invited you here. They're going to ask you, what did you, and this is what I want you to start thinking about. What did you like most about what I talked about tonight? Ask yourself, does Team Beachbody feel like a fit? Will this help me achieve my goals? Will this help me achieve what I want in life? Also think about which option appeals to me best. Should I be a coach? Should I be a customer? Do I want to go all in, try learn how to build a business right away? Do I want to just refer a few people? Do I just want to be a coach and get a discount? Really think about what you want to do as you get started. Oh man, I was going at it too. So I'm going to put you guys back on this video. So where did I get unmuted? Dang, that's all right. I get to just show you guys, you don't have to be perfect to do this thing. How long was I unmuted? Am I still unmuted? Can you guys hear me? Are we frozen? Okay, so I think we're frozen. Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, what I was saying at the end is I want you to think about who can I help? You guys were trying to figure out what I was saying. You can see the slides, you're mouthing it. My coaches that have heard me a lot knew what I was talking about. So those that don't know or haven't heard before. So I want you to really think about who can you help, right? Who's somebody in your life that needs some help with their health and fitness? Who's somebody in your life that struggles financially that you can help them, give them an option, right? Give them an answer on how they can change their life. It was my computer. I broke the internet. I was getting so excited. We broke the internet tonight. I'm pumped about that. But I want to really think about not just yourself, but who can you help? Who out there can you help and give the tools for somebody to completely change your life? Then I want you to really think about your life, your goals and your dreams. And I want you to we're getting rid of limitations, right? A lot of us gave up dreaming a long time ago. Guys, I wanted to be a professional. I wanted to be a rock star, producing albums and playing bands in front of thousands of people. And we're playing with a band tomorrow, and we produced an album, right? All of that possible with I believe with my band, because Beachbody helped me believe and know that it was possible to set goals and achieve them, to dream again. So I want to think about the things that you've wanted to do in your life. Like my goal and dream was to bring my wife home from work, to spend more time with my family. And as I accomplished those small goals, my dream expanded, my goals expanded to, like, I want to travel the world. This year, I emailed my travel agent and said, book me and my wife a trip to Tahiti for 10 days. I don't care how much it is. We're going to Tahiti, to Bora Bora, and we're going to sleep on those huts, right? And so I want you to think about the things you've always wanted to do. Have you wanted to travel? Have you wanted to spend more time with your kids? Have you wanted to get back the time that you missed with your kids? Have you wanted to lose those 100 pounds? All those things that you might have thought were not possible for you, I want you to know that they're possible. Not only is it possible, it's necessary that you go after them, that you go after these goals, you go after these dreams, and that you connect yourself with the person that brought you here, because they're going and they don't want to leave you behind. They want you there with them. So think about those things tonight and over this week as you talk with your coach about what you really want. Write them out. Talk to your coach about them, and then let's get started. You don't have to know every step to get there, but just know that we have the tools and the training to get you there if you're willing to put in the work and to do the personal development, start to believe in yourself again. I want each and every one of you guys to know that I believe in you. I know that you're worth every goal and dream that you write for yourself. You deserve it, and I want you guys to know that. And I went over the time tonight, so I apologize for that. But I love all you guys. Even if I've never talked to one of you guys in person yet, I want you guys to know that, and I'm excited for you guys to be a part of our team. Reach out to your coach that invited you here, and let them know your options, let them know your goals, let them know what you want. And then from there, guys, it's figure out how you can make it happen. Figure out how you can fit this into your schedule, whether it's an hour a day or 5 hours a day. And then let's just get started. We'll be here to help you step along the way. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for coming on, and it was recorded. So if you know somebody, even if you're looking into doing this, you're like, I should do this, but I want to see if what my friends think. Send it to your friends. Send it to your brother, your sister, your cousin. Let them know this is what you want to do and that you want them to be a part of it. So I love you guys. It's recorded. I'll post it up for my coaches so they can send it to anybody that couldn't make it on tonight. See you guys later. I got to get off to band because we got a big show tomorrow. So we got to go rehearse. We'll see you guys later.